Hello everyone and welcome back to Derek's Gaming. We are back with another Kirby and the Forgotten Land guide, and in this video we are going to show you a super easy way to defeat all 5 rounds of the Meta Knight Cup and earn the Meta Knight Sword blueprint. So the key to our strategy to make almost all the fights trivial is to use the twin drill ability. So let's grab that first and then we will head to the arena. Okay, so the reason behind choosing the twin drill ability for the Meta Knight Cup is pretty simple. You can practically avoid almost every boss ability attack and deal damage in large doses at the same time. So we have seen a lot of other guides that have recommended other abilities that are optimal for the Meta Knight Cup, but there is no question in our mind that the twin drill ability is the best. However, keep in mind the intent of this guide is not to do a speed run, it's rather just to show you how to get through the Meta Knight Cup with the least amount of difficulty. And also just remember that the order of bosses is random, so they will not be in the same order that you see them in this guide most likely. So up first for us is Tropic Woods, and basically we just dive underground and we can avoid almost every mechanic, including wind gusts and things that fall from the sky, you name it, and just deal damage to them. It's pretty straightforward. Yep, as you can see, pretty much every mechanic in this fight is avoidable by diving underground, and you can even avoid those gates that pop up, unlike I did, by just knowing which side they're going to be on and not being in the vicinity when they pop up. Okay, next is Wild Edge, and yep, you guessed it, we're just going to dig around underground and pop up to deal damage. Once again, really simple thanks to that twin drill ability. And don't blink, you might miss the fight with Fleurina because basically doing the same thing will almost one-shot her. Okay, next up is Gorimondo, and I wish I could give you some complex, different strategy to use here, but no, you just use the twin drill ability, dig underground, and pop up to do damage. But there is one ability that you cannot avoid by digging underground, which is the Earthquake, but that's okay. You have plenty of life and it doesn't do that much damage. Okay, next up we have Wild Frosty, and yep, you guessed it, we're just going to dig around underground and pop up to do damage once again. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, we also have to do the same thing to Wild Bonkers, so rinse and repeat. Okay, our last boss before we face off against Meta Knight is Clawroline, and we're going to once again use the digging underground ability to avoid most of her attacks, and then just deal damage like we did to every other boss. Okay, now with the Meta Knight fight, you can still stick with the twin drill ability to make the fight trivial, just like we did with the other bosses, by basically attacking the sword. But for the sake of adding some variety to this video, we will show you the fight using the sword. So the easiest way to describe the Meta Knight fight is it's really a button mashing challenge, just hitting him as many times as you can with his sword, and being able to identify certain attacks that you can block with your shield. And we will show you that in the fight. So when he hops away from you and does the sword beam attack, you can just use your shield to block all of it. And in between these big attacks, just hit him as many times as you can with the sword. Oh, and there is this one ability you definitely want to watch out for. When he charges up and he dives at you, just use your shield to block it because it does a lot of damage. And this part's pretty easy to avoid. Once he gets to around 40% health, he will fly up into the air and a bunch of boulders will fall from the sky. Just look at the shadows to know where to go so that you don't get squashed. And after he does that, he will do a charge attack that you can either parry with your sword or you can actually dodge it too. And then you will get into a fight with him up in the air where you just mash B as much as you possibly can. And at this point of the fight, if you are low in health like I am, just make sure to use your shield as much as possible and take your time attacking him with your sword. Yep, we just barely beat him with a sliver of life left, but we did it. So yeah, using the twin drill ability here will make this fight super easy compared to using it with the sword, but we figured we'd show you that version of the fight anyway. So that's it. That's how you defeat the first pass of the Meta Knight Cup and get yourself the Meta Knight Sword Blueprint. Use the twin drill ability and just dig your way to victory. And that is a wrap for this guide. We hope you found it helpful, and we will see you at the next stage.